Hi everyone, welcome back on Study Room. So, in previous videos, we have discussed about Himalayan rivers, okay, which are Ganga River, Indus River, and Brahmaputra River. In this video, we will learn about peninsular rivers, okay. Peninsular rivers mostly flow in peninsular area in the Western Ghat, okay. So, this is the part where the peninsular river flow. It's majorly on the coastal areas, okay, western coast areas, and mostly the rivers flow in the east direction, okay, and merges in Bay of Bengal. All right, so we'll study about all are the who what rivers are there who flows and merges in West Bengal, and which rivers flow and merges with Arabian Sea. All right, so these are basically about Peninsular River. Okay, so Peninsular Rivers um, are there in the Western Ghats, and they covered from north to south. Okay, so let's start. Firstly, about Peninsular Rivers. Okay, so first, very important thing is that peninsular rivers are the important water divide in West Coast. Okay, so here you can see all the rivers are there in the Western Ghats. Okay, in West Coast. Now, these rivers majorly flow from west to east. Okay, so from west to east, they majorly flow from west to east, and these are we have Mahanadi, we have Godavari, we have Krishna here, and we also have Kaveri. Okay, so these are majorly four rivers: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri, and other two small rivers which flow towards the western sides and merges in Arabian Sea are Narmada River and Tapi River. Okay, so and Tapi are the only peninsular river which flow west, making estuaries. Now, what is estuary? Estuary is basically a land or an area where the two rivers get mixed with each other. Okay, so it's either two different rivers, or where a small tributary mix with river. Okay, so this is estuary. Now, first we'll understand about Narmada Basin. Narmada Basin, the origin of Narmada is in Amarkanta Hill, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Let me draw a chart for you to make it a more easy for you. Okay, so this is about Narmada Basin. So Narmada River originates from Amarkanta Hills, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so it flows in the path which is made by faulting. Okay, so faulting is basically, earlier the land used to be a plain land. Okay, but due to constant pressure on the land and the movement of the platelets, one part of land moves little downwards and other part remains same. So that is how a lower passage is made. Okay, so this is called faulting. So whatever the area in which Narmada flows is made by faulting. Okay, due to the constant pressure of something. So Narmada flows in the area of faulting. Now, going towards its way, Narmada makes very beautiful visualizing very beautiful visuals. Okay, so few of them are Marble Rock, which is in Jabalpur, and second is Dhuadhar Falls, which is also in Jabalpur. So these are two very beautiful locations, and visually attractive places which is made by Narmada, and then finally it merges into Arabian Sea. Okay, so this is about Narmada Basin. Yes, so these are two beautiful locations that I was talking about. While going on its way, Narmada make these two beautiful locations, which are first Marble Rock, which is in Jabalpur. Second is Dhuadar Falls, which is also in Jabalpur. All right, so these are few beautiful visually attractions which is made by Narmada River. Next, we'll study about Tapi Basin. Okay, so Tapi Basin it rises in Satpura range. Again, let me draw its path for you. Okay, so it originates from Satpura ranges. Okay, and in the same way, like Narmada flows in with the area which is made by faulting, which is called rift valleys. Tapi River also flows in the rift valley areas only. Okay, and Tapi River flows parallelly to Narmada Basin, and in terms of length, Tapi Basin is comparatively shorter than the Narmada Basin. Okay, and Tapi Basin covers Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Maharashtrian parts. Okay, Maharashtra parts of Maharashtra. Okay, so these are the geographical location of Tapi Basin. Next, we'll study about Godavari Basin. Okay, so this is the geographical map of Godavari Basin. Okay, right, Godavari Basin. Godavari Basin originates in the Western Ghats. It's basically originate in Nasik, okay, in the Western Ghat, and it flows till Bay of Bengal. Okay, and Godavari River is one of the largest river in Peninsular Rivers. Okay, so that is why it is also called Dakshin Ganga. Okay, the length in the area that it covers is 1500 kilometers. Okay, it by the way it I'll repeat the Godavari part. So, about Godavari Basin. Godavari Basin originates from Nasik, which is in the Western Ghat, and it merges in Bay of Bengal. Okay, it flows till Bay of Bengal. Now, Godavari River is also known as Dakshin Ganga because the area and the length it covers is 1500 kilometer. Okay, which makes Godavari largest basin among peninsular river. Okay, and it covers almost all the parts of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. Okay, and along its way, many small tributaries are accompanied to Godavari River, which is Penganga, Venganga, Manjra, Vadra, and Purna. Okay, and there are several other small tributaries which later join to Godavari River. Okay, so this is about the Godavari River, and it originates from Nasik. Next, we will learn about Mahanadi. Okay, Mahanadi rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh. Mahanadi. So Mahanadi rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh. Okay, so it rises in the highlands of Chhattisgarh, and it flows through Odisha and reaches to Bay of Bengal. Okay, it flows through Odisha and reaches to Bay of Bengal. Its total length is 860 kilometers. Okay, so this is about Mahanadi. Next, we'll learn about Krishna Basin. Krishna Basin rises from Mahabaleshwar. Let's draw its pattern as well. So, Krishna Krishna River originates from Mahabaleshwar, and it travels in total 1400 kilometer and reaches to Bay of Bengal. Okay, and its tributaries are Bhima, Koyana, Mosi, and Tungabhadra. Okay, and in which states that it shared its basin are Karnataka, Maharashtra, and Madhya Pradesh. Okay, moving on to our next river, which is Kaveri River. So, Kaveri Basin, so Kaveri River originates or rises from Brahmagiri range. Okay, so it originates from Brahmagiri range, and then it travels in total 160 kilometer and reaches to Bay of Bengal through Tamil Nadu. Okay, so uh, it goes from north to south, and the main tributaries of Kaveri Basin are Amravati, Kabani, Bhavani, and Hemavati. These are the major tributaries. Now, it also make visually attractive locations, which one of them is Shivasundaram waterfall, which is a very famous waterfall formed by Kaveri River. Now, there are other rivers as well, which flows towards east, which are Damodar, Brahmani, and Subarnarekha. Okay, so these are the rivers who also flows towards east and merges in Bay of Bengal. Okay. Now, very beautiful delta is very beautiful waterfall is made by Kaveri River, which we call as Shiv Sundaram waterfall. Okay, this is one of the major visual attraction that is that is made by Kaveri River. And this waterfall is also known as second biggest waterfall of India. This also create hydroelectricity. Okay, this also create hydroelectricity, and what hydro plants are being set up in very large quantity in this particular rainfall, particular by this waterfall. Okay, so due to a huge amount of water that falls under this, that's why hydroelectricity is formed. And it also has Kolar gold fields present, okay, which is in Bangalore. Next, we know the second largest waterfall, as we have just discussed. You have to find out the name of the biggest waterfall in India. I'm sure you all must have heard this name, Kempty Fall. Okay, so Kempty Fall is the biggest waterfall in India. Okay, and second is Shiv Sundaram waterfall. Now let's recap the Peninsular Rivers and their tributaries. First, we studied about Narmada River, okay, and then about Tapi River. Then Godavari rivers have majorly Purna, Vardha, Parhinitha, Manjra, Penganga, and Venganga. Krishna has Tungabhadra, Koyana, Ghatprastha, Musi, and Bhima. Kaveri has Amravati, Bhavani, Hemvati, and Kabani. Okay, so these are majorly rivers. These are major rivers of are majorly peninsular rivers, and these are its tributaries. So up till now we have discussed about the rivers and their positions. In the coming video, we will discuss about the lakes of our country.